Hi students, Cynthia Nitch here, wanting to kind of cover some stuff in your assignment in Microsoft Word Chapter 2 textbook project. This is the final project, this is the final draft of the project. When you complete it, you'll have 3 pages of the research paper. Not bad, huh? And then you have a header, and you have who wrote it and why, and then you have, the center of the title, and then you want to indent each paragraph, and then inside the actual research paper, we're going to insert some citations of, this person wrote this in their book, and who is that person, and what book did it come from. And then there's a second one where the author has, I think it's 3 authors, but you only see the 2 authors. But they're doing a footnote based on this comment here. And then here's that footnote that you see. And then there's a 3rd author, Sanchez, and then you would just enter their citation or their source, actually their citation of who they are, what do they write, a book, a periodical, a website. And once those things are done, those citations are done, then you'll do a works cited, which is your bibliography, and you'll see those 3 different authors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to set it up. But for me, it's probably easier to just make up authors, and then I'll make up a footnote. So it's a little different than what your homework is. But I feel like you would get the idea without having to watch an hour video. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. And I'm going to choose File, New, Blank Document. I want to make sure I line that up correctly. Okay, so they want us to start the page with a normal style and do some kind of line spacing and header and all that. So I have my paragraph marker here. I'm going to right click on this normal style, and I'm going to modify it. And what we want is Times New Roman and font size 12. Then they want it only in this document. So I'm going to click OK. All right, so now that I have that, I want to mess with my spacing between words. So I'm going to click on between lines, line spacing, sorry. So I'm going to do a 2. And I'm also going to do remove space after paragraph. So get that done. And then I'm going to go ahead and right click on normal again and update all the things that I have done. All right, so now my page is at normal, double spaced. So I'm ready to go, right? So what I want to do now is do my header. So I want to click insert, and I want to choose header. Then I want to choose blank. And I want to grab this and pull it to a right align. So I click insert, and I choose, I go to home and I click right align. Then I want to type in the author. So let's just pretend the author's, well, yeah, let's just do me. I'll do my last name. Okay, space, and then I want to add a page number. So I'm going to go to header and footer, page number, the current position that my cursor's in now, and I want that plain number. And that's it. Then I close that header. Now I'm ready to do the document. So I just copied and pasted the document, and I'll just kind of mess with its formatting. All right, so I have my header here. This would actually say Cynthia Nitch, right? That's me. And then here is my teacher, English, October 6th. So this is what I want to be centered. So I'm going to go ahead and click anywhere on it and choose my paragraph center. And then this here is wants that first line indentation, right? So how I do that is I make sure I have my ruler. If you don't have your ruler, you can click on View Ruler. But what I'm going to do is get my little top triangle here and only move that top triangle to 1/2 inch. And so every first line of this paragraph is indented. So that's kind of all we need to do there. So now I want to show you how to do a citation. So on this one here, this would be cited, right? Symptoms of tendinitis of the wrist include extreme pain and so forth. And so we want to cite who wrote that. So I'm going to go in between the last letter of the word and then right before the period. And I'm going to choose references. Before I do this citation, make sure your style's MLA. So I'm going to click Insert Citation and I'm going to choose a new source. So let's pretend that new source is we'll say Susan, what's a good last name? Gomez. Okay, so Susan Gomez wrote let's just not do a book, let's do a periodical. She wrote an article called Staying Healthy. And we'll leave that. And the article was written in 2024. And we don't really care about this stuff. And then it was, medium was, I don't know, we'll say research paper. Okay, all right. Or we could say web. Let's just say website. All right, so then I did all this. Let's pretend I did. And check this out. There's a lot more you could actually put about the author. And in the assignment, you do have to put more. I just kind of made it simple. So this author Gomez wrote this in her article, and we're citing it. Okay. And so let's do another one here. This is injuries, and I want to do another author. But what I could do if I don't know the author's, well, let's do it as a footnote and cite that author, okay? So here we go. So in this injuries, we're going to add a footnote, okay? And so I'm going to click Insert Footnote. And then I'm going to write that this, I would say like breaks and exercising. I lost my place here. Okay, so there's my number one, and I want to cite that on who said that. So I'll cite it here as well. So I'm going to click here, and I'll say Insert Citation, and I will add a placeholder, and I would call this author Clark, and click OK. So this author, here you go, you have a footnote here, and this is from his book, and this is cited. This guy's name is Clark. So I actually want to put the page number of where they can find this information in his book. So I can go here, see this little bottom arrow? I can click there and say edit citation, and I want to suppress everything but the author. Oh wait, yeah. And then on the page number, I'll say read page 56 to 66 or something. Haha. All right, and I might as well cite the author here too as Clark. So I'll just say Insert Citation, choose Clark. So we got a footnote here that shows the citation, and we have this here that shows the citation. So that you basically have to do that in your assignment. The last one they have you do a third one, but it's pretty much the same, just inserting the source's information and then going ahead and putting it as a citation. The one thing we didn't do though is we didn't do the source of Clark. So we can go ahead and edit that and make his, let's edit the source and say Clark's our author. And the title of his book is Getting Well. And the year of his book is 2023. And I would do some other things, but let's not. We'll do paper. Okay, so I'll click OK. Okay, so now we have two authors, right? We have Gomez and Clark. We have a footnote of something that Clark had talked about in the article. And so finally, all we need to do is our bibliography. So what I want to do on this bibliography is I want to go ahead and I don't want to put the bibliography right after this. I want to add another page. So I have to click Insert Break Page, and now I'm on a totally different page. And ready for this, I'm going to do my bibliography. So if I click on bibliography, I want to choose Works Cited. And obviously maybe I'd like to have that centered. Okay, and then here's my two sites. I have Clark Getting Well and Staying Healthy by Susan. If I made a mistake and I knew it wasn't 2023, that it actually was like 2022, I could go ahead and update that, right? So I could go, let me show you how to do it. I highlighted it, and then I can go to References, and then I can choose Manage Sources, and I can choose Gomez and choose Edit, and then make Gomez's thing 2021 or something, and click OK, and then yes, and then close. And there we go. And then we change that. Then we update that and make sure everything's okay. Update citations. So that is basically the homework that we need to do for the research paper. I did go a little fast. I tend to do that, and I apologize. But you can make me go slower on YouTube. But if you have any questions, let me know. I definitely simplified it. It's going to be there's a little bit more to this research paper, but I figured you guys, those are the things that needed to be covered, and the things that I didn't cover are pretty simple. But if you have any questions, please let me know.